Hey guys, Dr. Krautsack here, and today I want to talk about holistic healthcare and really what that means. I had somebody ask me recently, oh, you do a holistic approach. They're like, what does that mean? Does that mean herbs? Does that mean you do this thing or that thing? And I was like, wow, like that was the same question I had many years ago. So when I was 15 years old, I was diagnosed with cancer in my hip. I went through treatment. And I had two chiropractors basically save my life. One took an x-ray and one taught me how to get truly healthy after, taught me a true holistic approach, right? But in the meantime, I went to a bunch of different practitioners asking this very exact question, right? What is holistic healthcare? What does that really mean? And at one point I went to a doctor, and she was a medical doctor, a self-proclaimed holistic medical doctor. And at the time I was suffering with opportunistic infections from chemotherapy. I had yeast infections and acne and all this crazy stuff going on my face. I was super self-conscious. I was sick. I was tired. I just absolutely hated my life at the time. And I went to this doc looking for solutions. And I went several times. The first time I went, we were focused more on the acne and the yeast infections. I said, hey doc, what do I do? Okay, we're gonna give you minocycline. We're gonna give you this drug for the yeast infections, an antifungal. And I started taking this stuff and I'm like, okay, it's not really working. I'm having all these symptoms. And she's like, oh yeah, well this stuff's horrible for your liver, so you're gonna take milk thistle as well. And I'm like, okay, so I got one pill for the symptoms, and then I have another natural pill for the symptoms of the other pill with the other symptoms. And it was like, wait a second, I'm in this medical merry-go-round and no one's really actually telling me how to solve my problems. Like, it's not working, right? And I hear this every day with my clients, right? And whether it be 16 medications, pharmaceutical medications, or 16 herbs and pills, right? That's not a holistic approach. A holistic approach requires getting to the cause of your problems and really looking at all the body systems, laying them out and say, okay, where are my deficiencies, right? So I went through chemotherapy. I went through months of steroids, months of antibiotics, months of chemotherapy, right? Which left my immune system dead, right? Nutrient deficient. My microbiome, my good probiotics were absolutely killed off. And this was many years ago before people started talking about probiotics. And probiotics is kind of a side note, but this is one of the main things that really got me looking into what holistic really means. And it wasn't until I met another chiropractor who taught me real nutrition, real health. And basically what happened after going through chemotherapy, I had all these problems. I said, I got to do something different, right? There's got to be another solution. And my mom found this chiropractor in Marietta, Georgia. We went and saw him. And at the time, like, I was still on crutches. I've been on crutches for almost a year at this point, between sports injuries prior to getting diagnosed to cancer and then through chemotherapy. And this guy got me running after being on crutches for almost a year. And we started talking about nutrition and what that really meant. And I was like, hey, what's better? Should I do soda or Diet Coke? And he said, hey, do you want to rot your teeth or rot your brain? And I was like, whoa. And it really got me thinking, like, what you put in your body matters. And he started educating me about the gut health, and why gut health was so important, right? Your body's a big donut. You take food in, right? You aren't what you eat, you are what you digest, absorb, and assimilate, right? Your nerve system controls your immune system. If you're stressed, your spine's not working, your immune system's not gonna work well, right? So he got me adjusted. He started giving me basically information on healthy food. He gave me essentially a modified paleo diet, right? Told me to eat healthy fats, right? Your body, your cells need healthy fat to create hormones to thrive, right? You need good bacteria in your gut for your body to digest and absorb your food properly. And I started doing these things. I started mega dosing probiotics and kimchi and kefir. I started fasting. I started drinking clean water. I got rid of the milk and the juice and the Diet Coke and the regular Coke, and I just gave it all up cold turkey. And it got to the point where I got healthy fast, right? I was 15 years old. My body was recovering. I just got out of chemotherapy. And I got healthy so fast to the point where I went back to my oncologist. They tested my blood, and they're like, whoa, like, this is great. But they almost were scared at first because they had to retest my blood because they thought I had leukemia or something after the treatment, because supposedly the treatment I had can cause leukemia. And they were freaking out. They retested my blood the second time. I was at the oncologist for like 4 hours. And finally got the results back, and they're like, your hemoglobin's great, everything's great. This is what cross-country runners blood dope to get to. Keep doing what you're doing. And I was like, wow, something's finally working. And I went back to this doctor and I said, hey, tell me whatever I got to do to get better, to get well. And I just went all in. I started doing healthy food, right? I changed my sleep patterns. I changed the way I lived, I think, I ate, and really focused on looking at all the, all the systems in my body and all the strategies. And one by one, I just got healthier and healthier. This guy got me off over 12 medications, right? And he didn't tell me to just get off them, right? But when you focus on building health in the body, getting yourself stronger, naturally you can come off this stuff. Naturally your body can heal, right? And that's what I tell my patients every day, right? You can fight pain, you can fight symptoms. You win some, you lose some, you focus on function, you focus on healing, you focus on strengthening your body, you win every time. And that's what a true holistic approach is about, right? Finding your weakest link, going through all the body systems, finding what your deficiencies are, right? And pouring into those, focusing on those weakest links, focusing on improving sleep, right? Focus on improving your gut health, your mental health, your stress resistance. All these things are going to be essential to truly getting you healthy and well, right? Some people have emotional stuff to deal with, right? A true holistic approach looks at everything as a whole and doesn't discount anything. A true holistic approach keeps an open mind, right? A true holistic approach focuses on constantly getting better, right? So never give up. Focus on building health every day. Focus on your health. Give it your attention, right? And take your symptoms into account, but remember, your symptoms are just body signals, right? They're not your health. They're not what's going on. They're just the fire alarm going off, right? So focus on building health, figuring out the cause of the problem, right? If you need to work with a practitioner to do that, I absolutely recommend that, right? I learned everything I always tell people, cancer sucked, but it was one of the best things that ever happened to me because I met the doctors that I needed to meet that truly got me healthy and well, right? And if you need help, I'd be happy to be that doctor for you. I want to help you get to the cause of your health problems. I want to show you what a true holistic approach really is. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. We'll see you in the next video.